I'm Lift Ryte. I am a trainer here with Bigger Picture Fitness. I am also a USPA certified powerlifting coach. I coach a lot of powerlifters as well as compete in powerlifting myself. I'm a former CrossFit athlete, and I've been training for almost 9 years now. So I want to introduce you guys to the Lift Ryte system, and I want to show you the transition from the Lift Ryte to an actual barbell. Now the reason I use this Lift Ryte system is because with strength sports, if you're not lifting heavy, you're not getting stronger. If you have someone who's coming back from injury, or maybe they just can't get into like the technique right away, I like to start them off on this, get them used to the technique, start getting them to move right, but also get them stronger in the process. That way when we go to the barbell, it's not as much of a learning curve when we switch to that. All right, so the first movement we're going to demonstrate is the clean and press. Now, just like on a barbell, we're going to set up with our shins right up against the bar, and we're going to measure our hands against these reference lines. Just like you would with your normal clients, you're going to have to figure out their shoulder width and everything. Now, it's going to be a little bit different because it's hinging from the landmine, so it's going to be kind of like an arcing circular motion with the movement. So we're going to be a little bit more of a forward lean. So when you come up, you're just going to deadlift it up like normal, and we're going to come up to our toes into that triple extension here. Okay? So doing that again, coming up into that triple extension. This is a good way to teach it, because especially if someone's having trouble figuring out that triple extension, this allows them to kind of lean forward against that hinging point of the landmine. Whereas in a barbell, we can't really do that. And so now, once we've got that down, we're going to come up and start teaching that the catch. And so if we want to do that a little bit faster, I'll show you guys. We're setting up. We're going to do the catch, and then the press. Now the press, this is great for someone who has shoulder mobility issues. We can actually press, and it doesn't have to completely go overhead, but we can kind of slowly, over time, teach that overhead position as we regain some of that mobility, and then we can teach that catch back down onto the shoulders and back down to the ground. So now we're going to go over the deadlift and demonstrate that. So just like a deadlift, we're going to be hinging down to the bar, we're engaging our lats, but we have to keep in mind that the hinging point of the barbell is now back in the landmine, so it's going to come back a little bit. And so we want to step back away from the bar just a little bit more than we usually would. Typically, we're going to line this up with our midfoot. We're going to take that a little bit further back. But everything else is going to be the same. We're engaging the lats, we're hinging down, we're kissing the bar with our shins, and we're going to stand up just like that. Now, this is going to really teach your clients how to really hinge with that barbell and stay tight against the barbell. Because a lot of times your clients are going to want to go forward over the bar. Now we can lean back against it a little bit and really start to teach what that feels like and looks like, so we can transition over to the barbell. So now I want to demonstrate the RDL, or the Romanian deadlift. So one thing that our clients are going to have trouble with is whenever they hinge, to feel the glutes and hamstrings. And so what this landmine attachment is going to do is we're going to be able to actually hinge and put our weight against the bar safely without falling backwards. So we're grabbing the bar, we're going to lift that up, and we're just hinging just right there. You can feel your hamstrings and glutes light up, because now I don't have to contend with the weight pulling me forward. Now I can lean against that bar and really hinge nice and deep and really develop that technique around the RDL. So now you taught your client how to do a clean and press on the Lift Ryte, and now they know how to do all that triple extension. They know how to place their feet whenever they land in the catch. And so the only thing you have to teach them is to transition to an open chain movement. Rather than teaching them 10 different things, now it's just that one thing. And so With this one, you're going to notice that, okay, now the balance is going to be a little bit different than just, now we're in a satchel plane, now we're, in that open chain position. So it's going to be so much simpler to teach. And now that before, they didn't have that mobility to get in that overhead position. Maybe they didn't know how to, catch the bar. Now they do, and now all it is transferring it over the bar. All right, so now you're transitioning your client off the Lift Ryte into the barbell. Now the biggest difference here is just going to be that vertical bar path as opposed to the bar path coming a little bit more posterior in that closed chain position with the Lift Ryte. But everything else is going to be the same, so we're going to step a little bit closer to the bar. We're still engaging the lats, so we're getting everything nice and tight. We're bracing that core. We're coming down. We're grabbing the bar. We're hinging to the bar, and then we're going to kiss the bar with the shins, and we're standing up. So again, it's just now we're in that open chain position. We're getting everything nice and tight. We're engaging those lats, and we're driving those feet into the ground, standing up at the bar, lock it out, and then back down. And so that should be easy to teach, especially if you start off in that Lift Ryte, where you taught them all the positions. You got them to learn how to hinge. You got them to learn how to drive their knees forward and then push through the ground. All right, so now we're transitioning from the RDL on the Lift Ryte to the RDL on the straight bar. Now, it's kind of funny that we're actually going to be trying to mimic what we did on the Lift Ryte with the barbell. So what we're doing is we're grabbing the bar, we're hinging down on the bar, getting that good, stretching the hamstrings, keeping those hips high, and we're driving our hips forward. We're really trying to mimic that backwards motion. Now, with the Lift Ryte, we got to actually lean against the bar. It was a lot easier to feel those hamstrings. So now you just have to coach your clients in just keeping that bar straight up and down and hinging those hips nice and deep back. And so what I suggest is actually let's get a block, put it on the ground so that we can get that increased range of motion like we did on the Lift Ryte. Thank you for watching these demo videos today. I really love the Lift Ryte because it's helped me teach my clients the power movements and also weight distribution when it comes to powerlifting with the deadlift and also hinging motions like the RDL. As an athlete, if I'm not feeling 100%, it's also allowed me to continue training whenever I might not be like 100%. Maybe I'm feeling a little achy that day. I can still come in, use the Lift Ryte, still train my muscles so that I'm staying strong, so that when I'm ready to get back to barbell training, I'm at 100%. And the Lift Ryte is also helping us increase our clients' range of motion, especially when it comes to shoulder motions, lifting overhead. In the time being, we can slowly, have them more in front. And as we increase that range of motion, we can kind of keep going in and in until eventually we can transition over to the barbell. Same with hinging motions. If someone's having a lot of back pain, some of those hinging motions can really light up that lower back. This allows us to really feel the glutes and hamstrings, save that lower back, take out some of the instability with the barbell, and really teach them how to engage those muscles, keep that core tight until we're able to go to the barbell.